with him, because I know that with the kind of numerical strength that we have as young people of this country, with that should be a potential factor.
What has numerical strength got to do with corruption, for instance?
No, now I tell you what numerical strength is key. We have young people in this country that are highly educated, both in science and technology. And I am seeing Nigerian as not even only the natural resources as the only resources that they are blessed with. We are blessed with human resources, but we have refused to tap into the human resources. Because we have, you can see creativity, you go round just that day I was watching on AIT, there is a guy, one man in Benue State.
I'm sorry, I will not let you, publicize what it is you watched on a sister station on this station, but then I'm just wondering, looking at what it is that the question I was asking you in terms of the capacity of young people to do better.
Yes.
Because essentially that's what they're saying. They're saying that we can do better than what it is that, and we are the ones who hold stakes in this country.
Absolutely.
It is our future that is at stake. But then there are questions as to whether or not young people have been able to show that truly they will do better in any scenario. Let us take an example of young people who have been in governments before now, who for a lot of people, they look up to. Let's even go to Kogi State.
But how many percentage are they?
But
how
it's
many
an
people?
indication. It's like when women talk as well. I mean, it's an indication of what could happen if you let young people take all over the place.
No, it's actually not the case of allowing the young people to take all over. We still need the guidance of the elders, of course, to give us advice. But I'm saying that it's possible that you could give some people the wrong opportunity. I mean, maybe the wrong people opportunity. It's possible. But that does not...
Let me clarify here that when I made reference to Kogi State, this is not to impinge on the integrity of the governor of the state. But I just want to ask, because a lot of young people felt that, well, he's about the youngest governor in the country as we speak. Would you say that he's represented for young people from your own assessment?
Well, some people might have their own problems as regards to what he has achieved so far, and some people will tell you they have achieved. I'm not from, I'm not a Kogalite, but I am following trend of things. I think that the young man so far maybe might be having his own challenges in his states, but we have other places where one can make reference. And look, if
give me examples.
If we even go back,
give me examples of where you would say that young people are doing very well.
Let's even go back to our elders of today, for example. We all know when some of these people, like the likes of Yakubu Gawan, the like of IBB, they were all young people when they took over this country, and they did so well.
That was a long time ago. But let's quickly take a question. Let's take a question from Chamberlain in Lagos.
Well, Mr. Makwe, just wondering, when you were Young Democratic Party, people thought, are you the younger version of the PDP? Now you're Young Progressive Party, and they think the same thing. Isn't this going to impede on the fact that young people or your party, you need to first start with getting your own independent identity upon which you can then move forward?
No, but I think we are, of course, an independent people. We have, if you trace or make your research, or people should make inquiry and find out whether we have any affiliation with some of these political parties. And I can tell you confidently that we do not have. The era of the Young Democratic Party, the same thing people said when we were there, that we were an affiliate of PDP. In fact, during the 2015 general election, we are seen as, a party who have come to forestall the 2015 general election. But that came to pass. You could see, if we were affiliate of the PDP, for example, as of then, I don't think we'll have gone through those litigation processes that at the end of the day, we were now actually affirmed as a registered political party at the end of the day. No, but that is a past story. Then let's talk about the YPP. The YPP.2, you talked about Young Progressive Party. It's a word. The progressive is, we've seen series of political parties that have used progressive, in their acronym, or, in describing their party. So, but we do not have the same ideology. We have a different ideology. And look, I give an example. For example, the logo of our party, which happens to be an open door, it means we have an open door policy. For example, we also have the slogan of our party, which is service to the people, that the Nigerians have been lacking over years.
All right, let me
service
jump in
to humanity.
there.
We have not.
Just hang on a minute, pardon me. Let me jump in there and then follow up and say, what kind of response are you getting from your target audience, which I assume is young people?
Sorry?
What kind of response are you getting from young people about your party?
Oh, it's quite impressive. Very massive. Look, we keep having, commendations. We keep getting, calls. We keep getting email. People, even from across the globe, people have Googled, went through our website, commended what we have done so far. The truth of the matter is that we must take a step if really we want the desired change that we need in this country. It's not enough reason to continue to say people have failed, our leaders have failed, and meanwhile we will just be, sitting down and looking at the leaders continuing to fail. And I think that one thing I would like our young people to know, the message I want to send out to them is to understand the fact that no matter how good anyone is in driving, you cannot drive if you don't have a vehicle. So we need to start, thinking towards the desired change that we need in this country. Because the young people of this country over years have been so disenchanted from the process of building Nigeria. And I think that, for me, it is high time that we understand this as a welcome call to every young person of this country, both young in mind, young in age, people who have passion for this country, not people who have dual citizenship. Some of them will tell you, when country breaks, they will have their own way to find their way, in another country. You see, these are the kind of things that are continuing. If you look at the astronomical cost of living today in Nigeria, it's deteriorating every day. People are suffering. And for crying out loud, we will sit down and be watching the bourgeois, tormenting, suppressing people with our hard-earned money, hard-earned democracy that our founding fathers have fought very, hard to secure for us. And then we just sit here and watch people running the process the way it's not, it's very disheartening. Look at, when you go to, look at, I just give you an example. Look at, if you go to the high sea, the way our young people, men and women, are perishing every day in the name of going out to seek for, greener pasture. It's because there is a failed system.
So how are you reaching out to young people? How then are you, encouraging them to look beyond the challenges and see how you can absorb them into, the political sphere, as the case might be?
Yes, we have a rollout, programs, programs that we're going to roll out soon. And of course, we are reaching out to various NGOs, various organizations. Like I said, people call every day, and we try to inculcate them into this, our party, and give them also responsibility that they should go around and talk to other young people.
Well, we'll take a moment now. When we come back, we'll come back and wrap up this discussion.
Thank you.
Please stay with us. Bishop Amakri is still with us here in the studio, and he's the chairman of the Young Progressives Party. Now, just your final words to Nigerian youth to be watching you this morning, who will be wondering what the future holds for them and whether or not they can fully participate in politics. What would you say to them? Well,
my message to them is to tell them to wake up from slumber and begin to indicate interest to participate in politics. That is the way, the only way, to governance. And because I believe and I know that they have that capacity to deliver, let them try to identify with some of these political parties that they believe. And I am luring them into YPP because I know that our three cornerstones of the ideology that we have is, we talked about unity, service, and accountability, which has been the problem of this country. We know that we will deliver if we have the right people at the right time. It is time for them to come and identify with Young Progressive Party as the variable tool to their success.
Well, definitely, that's a good place to leave it. We have to thank you very much for coming on Sunrise Daily. We've been speaking with Bishop Amakri, who is the chairman of the Young Progressives Party. Well, that will be all from us here in Abuja. Thank you so much for watching this morning. I'm Maokbe Ogun. It's back to you, Gimba and Chamberlain in Lagos.
Yes, indeed. That's where we draw the curtains as well today on the program. We thank you all for watching. I'm Chamberlain Osor.
Have a splendid week ahead. I'm Gimba Omar. Bye for now.